Hello you guys, we are back again with another Define review. If you're new here, my name is KAILEN and I post workouts over on Instagram and TikTok. So today we have a brand new dynamic collection. So there's 4 new colors and there's 2 new styles that are launching. This launch is happening on Thursday, July 24th at 10 a.m. CST. So we're back to the regular launch time. If you are shopping, you can use code KAILEN. It saves you 10% and it supports me. I appreciate every single one of you that uses my code, and I do a monthly giveaway over on Instagram. So if you do use my code, please DM me and I'll enter you to win a $100 Define gift card so you can get some more gym clothes. Now, to keep it real with you guys, I do not love the dynamic collection. I really like the tops of the dynamic collection, but I am not a fan of the shorts or the leggings. So I'm going to be 100% honest in this video. I still wanted to make this review even though dynamic is not my favorite, because I know a lot of you do like the dynamic collection, so I still wanted to show you guys the pieces, but this is not my favorite collection that Define has. So with that being said, let's get to this video. So there's 4 new colors, and this first new color is called Sage. I'm going to start with the dynamic shorts. So I mentioned that these are not my favorite, and the reason being is the dynamic collection is high-waisted, and it has a very big, noticeable scrunch, and I do not like either of those. So as you can see, it comes up well above my belly button, so I just do not like how high-waisted dynamic is. So I personally don't wear it like this. I do roll it down, so I'll show you what that looks like. So when I wear these in the gym, I do roll them down like this because I just prefer my shorts to hit more mid-rise around my belly button, but I just don't love that I have to roll it down to get it where I want it to be. I'm also short, so I'm 5'3", so if you're taller, the dynamic shorts aren't going to be as high-waisted on you, but if you're short, then it comes up pretty high. I will be doing a comparison of Impact, Defy, and Dynamic in this video as well, so that way you guys can see what all the different collections look like side by side. As for compressiveness, I would say that Dynamic is kind of right in the middle of being stretchy and compressive, so it does hold you in. I feel like it has good tummy control without being too compressive or feeling too tight. And it is tight, but there's also a lot of stretch, so it doesn't feel like it's digging into your thighs. And I'll show you how long the shorts are if you don't scrunch them up. So here's the shorts if I don't pull them up. I do find that the dynamic shorts are longer than Defy and Impact. So to me, they're almost like a cycling short or a biker short if you don't scrunch them up. So if you want shorts with a little more length, I do think you would like Dynamic, but I prefer mine to be a little bit shorter. So I just scrunch my shorts up like this. I know some people don't like the look of this, but I just find it's more comfortable this way, and then I feel like it also gives your glutes a little bit more lift, so I prefer to wear my shorts like this. So I mentioned that Dynamic has a very noticeable scrunch, and that is one of the reasons why I don't reach for these shorts. So it has a ruche design on the edges, so it really stands out. It's a very bold scrunch. It's also a lot bigger than the Impact and Defy scrunch, and I also find that you can't pull it into your glutes as much, so I find that it just kind of sits on top of your glutes. So it is a flattering scrunch. Like, these shorts are flattering, but I just prefer to wear Impact and Defy, so that is why these shorts are not my favorite. So not to sound like a negative Nancy, I feel like I'm just dissing these shorts, but I just would rather wear Impact and Defy. But there's nothing wrong with Dynamic. Like, the quality of these shorts is there. They're very comfortable. They are flattering. They're stretchy. But I just would rather wear the other collections that Define has. So that is why these are a pass for me. I also forgot to mention, I wear a size extra small in the Dynamic shorts. That is the same size that I wear in all Impact shorts. And I would say that this collection runs very true to size compared to the previous Dynamic collection. So whatever size you usually get, you can get in this new collection. So to compare Impact versus Dynamic, here I have the Impact shorts in graphite, and then in the back, these are the Dynamic shorts in the new dusk color. So you can see that when you lay them on top of each other, Dynamic does have probably like an inch or 2 inches more length. And then this is what the Dynamic scrunch looks like up close. So you can see the ruche design. It also has the underglute compression similar to Impact, but I do find that Impact is more compressive. And then that is what the scrunch looks like. And then here is Impact, so it has the same underglute compression, but the scrunch is a lot more subtle. I do find it's a similar size, but because it doesn't have that same ruching, it looks a lot more subtle when you have it on, and you're also able to pull it into your glutes more. So here are the Defy shorts compared to Dynamic. So Defy is also shorter, and it's also a bit more narrow, so it kind of comes in a little bit more compared to Dynamic. And then here's the Defy scrunch. I find that the Defy scrunch is the smallest of the 3, and it is also more subtle, similar to Impact. Defy also doesn't have the underglute compression, so it doesn't have that same like glute pocket, I think you would call it, that Dynamic and Impact does. And here's dynamic again. So this is kind of where the glute pocket is. So the material here is different than the material under here. And that also helps to lift your glutes. So here are the Defy shorts in Meadow. The Defy shorts are mid-rise, so they hit right at my belly button. They don't have the same underglute compression as Dynamic, but I find that they still lift your glutes even without it. And I love that it has a more subtle, smaller scrunch. The material of Defy is very soft. I would say it's softer than Dynamic. And in terms of compression, I would say it's similar to Dynamic, where it's compressive, but it still has a good amount of stretch. Here are the Impact shorts in Pistachio. So the Impact collection is mid-rise, so it hits right at my belly button. Impact and Dynamic both have underglute compression, but Impact is more compressive than Dynamic, so I find that it gives your glutes more lift. Impact has an invisible scrunch design, so you can pull the scrunch into your glutes, so it's not as noticeable as Dynamic. Impact has the least amount of stretch, so it is rather tight, especially in your thighs, but the compression is what makes Impact so flattering because they need to be tight in order to lift your glutes, so I don't recommend sizing up. A lot of people say to size up in Impact, but I recommend sticking to your normal size. However, if you don't like your shorts to fit very tight, then I would recommend the Defy shorts instead of Impact because Defy is super flattering without being nearly as compressive as Impact. So moving on to the sports bra, this is the new Dynamic Racer bra. I'm wearing it in a size small, which is my usual sports bra size, and I would say that this is a very true to size fit. All Define bras come with removable cup pads. I'm wearing them right now, and I would say that they blend in very nicely, so they're not very noticeable. I would say that this bra is medium to high support. I'm a 32C, so I don't have the biggest chest size, but because it is a high neck, and it has a racer back in the back, so there's a good amount of coverage all the way around. So because of that, it does have a good amount of support. The way this bra is cut on the side here, it is very flattering on your upper body. This makes your shoulders pop. I love when bras have this type of design. And then in the back, it just has a simple racer back. So this is a very cute, simple bra. If you want something that has a lot of coverage, but still is very flattering, then I think this is a great option for you. To me, this bra is very similar to the Dynamic high neck bra. I'll show you guys what that one looks like. So this is the Dynamic high neck bra. It has a very similar high neck design where the sides go in, so it is also very flattering on your shoulders. But what makes this one different is that it has an open back design. So I personally would rather go with this bra because it has the open back. I will choose something with an open back every single time. To me, it is just so flattering. Like, I love when you can see my back muscles. So if I had to choose between these two bras, I would go with the Dynamic high neck bra. And the nice thing about the high neck bra is that you can definitely mix and match some of the high neck bra colors with the new Dynamic colors. This one is the color olive, and I think that this would be really cute with sage. Because this one has the open back, it is not as supportive as the racer bra, but this one is still, I would say, medium support. So you do get a lot of support with this one because it has the high neck in the front. So because I like the high neck bra better, I would also pass on the new racer back bra just because I love the open back design of the high neck bra. But there's nothing wrong with this one. It is cute, it's flattering, it's also very comfortable. I find that this bra is a softer material than the previous Dynamic bras. It's very similar to the material of the twist bra. So if you've tried that one, you know it's very soft, it's very buttery. So this one is a more comfortable fit than the high neck bra, but I just prefer the open back design of the high neck bra. So again, not to sound like a negative Nancy and like I'm just dissing this collection, but I just prefer other things that Define has. So here's what the high neck bra looks like when you have it on. So one of the main differences is that this one has the Define logo in the middle on the front, whereas with the racer bra, it was on the side. But the shape is very similar. So this one again makes your shoulders pop because it has this like, I don't even know what you would call this, but it just kind of dips down here by your shoulders. And then the back is what makes me love this one because it's just so flattering. I love having my back out in the gym. So that is why I would choose this one. So for some color comparison / color combos, this is Lunar Rock in the Impact collection. This is Eucalyptus in the Motion collection. These two are the most similar. This is Palm Green in the Impact collection. This is Olive in the Dynamic collection. This is Pistachio in the Impact collection. This is Ivory in the Impact collection. This is Midnight Black in the Defy collection, and this one is Graphite in the Impact collection. I forgot to include Meadow in my color comparison, so these are in the Defy collection. These two colors definitely go together. I would definitely wear Sage with Meadow. So this is the new Dynamic strappy top, and here are the Dynamic leggings in Sage. I'll just give you guys a quick 360 in these, and then I'll talk about the details in a different color, but I just wanted to show you guys what all of the pieces look like. Color number 2 is called Coco. This is my favorite color from this launch. I've been waiting for Define to give us a nice, rich chocolate brown, And finally, we have one. I wish it wasn't in the dynamic collection, but I can't complain. We have a brown, so I'm happy with that. So this is the new dynamic strappy top. This is my favorite thing from this collection. I 100% would recommend getting this top. I love the back. So it dips down at the back, which I think is just so flattering. It is also snatching. Like you put this on, it just, where's my waist? Who knows? It just disappears, especially in this color. This color is very similar to black without being black, and an all black gym fit never fails. If you are lacking confidence, you throw on an all black fit and you just feel like that girl. This color gives that same effect. So I wear an extra small in the impact strappy top and the impact halter top, and extra small fits comfortably in those. But I'm wearing an extra small in this one, and I find that it just fits a little bit too tight. So the straps are really digging in, and I've only been wearing this top for about 5 minutes. So I think that a size small would be more comfortable. If you are taller, this top will be more of a crop top on you. But if you're short, then it's basically a full length top. I'll come a little closer. I don't even know if you guys can see where this top ends, but it's basically right where my leggings start. I also really like that dfyne put the logos of this collection off to the side, so it's there, but it's not too in your face. And then this is a close-up of the back. This top almost gives the effect of a bodysuit. It is very snatching, so if you're looking for a flattering, cute top, I definitely recommend this one. This top is low support. I did have a nip slip in it in the gym. I was setting up for hip thrust, so I was like bending over a lot, and then it just kind of popped out. So just be wary of that. It is not supportive at all, and because it dips down here, it doesn't have the most coverage. I don't think size small would be as snatching as the extra small, but it would be more comfortable, and I would have some more coverage in the front. So that is why I recommend sizing up for this one. But if you want it to be as snatched as possible, then I would stick to your normal size. I would not size down in this though. So here's the racer bra in Coco. I personally like to wear a sports bra with leggings rather than a full length top, just because if I have a lot of coverage on my legs, I prefer to show more skin up top, and vice versa. If I'm wearing a full length top, then I prefer to wear it with shorts. So this is what the bra looks like with the leggings. So these are the dynamic leggings, and like I mentioned in the beginning, they are not my favorite. They actually used to be. So up until probably this year, the dynamic leggings were my most worn legging from dfyne. And honestly, I don't know if it's because I'm turning 26 and my frontal lobe has developed, but I just do not love these anymore, and it's because of the bold scrunch. It is just too much for me now. I don't like how noticeable it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this color, but I'll show you guys what it looks like in the other colors. The ruche design just really stands out, and I just don't love the look of that anymore. I do like my shorts to be very flattering, and obviously I'm wearing booty scrunch shorts in the gym, but these ones are just a little too much. So even though these leggings are flattering, I'm just not a fan of the ruche design, and I find that the leggings are even more high-waisted than the shorts, so it comes up well above my belly button. If you're taller, it won't be as high-waisted on you, but I prefer the more mid-rise fit of the Defy collection. I also don't love the impact leggings. I'll do a comparison of the three, but the Defy leggings are my favorite legging from dfyne right now. And just like the shorts, the leggings also have the under-glute compression. So the material on your glutes is different from the material right underneath your glutes, and that helps to give your glutes a lift. So they are very flattering. I just don't like how bold and in your face these leggings are. As for sizing, I'm wearing these in a size extra small. I've been all over the place with my sizing in dfyne leggings. I used to be a small, and then I went to extra small. I went back to small. Now I am back to extra small. So if you have been sizing up in dfyne leggings recently, I think you can stick to your regular size or the same size that you get in the shorts. I find that extra small fits like an extra small should now. I forget which launch it was, but there was one launch where I couldn't even get the extra small leggings on, but they've definitely fixed whatever sizing inconsistencies they had going on, so you can stick to your normal size. And as for the length, I'm 5'3", and they hit here on me. So the dynamic leggings are one of the longer leggings that dfyne has, but I don't know if I would say that they're tall girl friendly. They're the perfect length for me, but I'm short. So if you're tall, I think that they will be more closer to a capri length, but if you're wearing longer socks, then you can kind of cover that up. So here are the impact leggings in slate gray. The impact leggings are mid-rise, so it hits just below my belly button. Impact is the most compressive, so these leggings are a lot tighter and have a lot less stretch than dynamic. The impact scrunch is a lot more subtle than dynamic because it's the invisible scrunch design, so you can pull it into your glutes and it doesn't have the same ruching on the side. Both impact and dynamic have the underglute compression, but because impact is a lot tighter, it lifts your glutes even more. Overall, I do prefer the Impact leggings over the Dynamic leggings, but the Defy leggings are my favorite. So here are the Defy leggings in steel. Defy is mid-rise, so it hits right below my belly button. The material of Defy is very soft and sleek, so it's very comfortable. And it's similar in terms of compression to Dynamic. But even though it doesn't have the underglute compression, I find Defy is more flattering than Dynamic because it has a more subtle scrunch. I do love the Defy leggings. They are my favorite and my #1 recommendation if you're getting leggings. So for the color comparisons, dfyne doesn't have that many brown shades. This is Feather Beige in the Impact collection. This is Mocha in the Dynamic collection. This is Truffle in the Impact collection. I think that you could definitely mix and match these two colors. This is Ivory in the Impact collection. This is Midnight Black in the Defy collection, and this is Lunar Rock in the Impact collection. And here are the shorts in Coco. I am going to show you guys all of the pieces for this video, so I'll just do a quick 360 and then we'll move on to the next one. So here's the strappy top with the Impact shorts. So if you wear this top with something that's not high-waisted, it is more of a crop, so you can see a lot more of my stomach when I'm not wearing it with the Dynamic collection. I wanted to show you guys what this top looks like with Impact because if it was me shopping this collection, I would get this top to mix and match with Impact. So this is what these two look like together. Now that I'm not wearing this top with Dynamic, I do wish it was a little longer. So I do think that size small will be a better fit for me. I just like wearing a full length top, so I would prefer this to be a little bit longer. Color number 3 is called Dusk. This is my second favorite color of this collection. This color is in between purple and gray, but I really like it. I think it's a very pretty color. I am noticing that the Dusk leggings feel more high-waisted than the Sage and the Coco. I don't know if this color just has more stretch, but they come up a lot higher, or at least it feels like they do. Especially in the back. I was like, whoa, like I feel like it's coming up almost to like my sports bra. So I'm definitely not loving how the Dusk leggings are fitting. I'm definitely going to be rolling these down. So when I wear these in the gym, this is what I do. I just roll it down. I don't love that I have to roll the waistband down on these for it to fit comfortably, but these are just so high-waisted. If you like high-waisted, you would like these, especially if you're taller, but if you're short, these basically come up to almost your sports bra, so it's just not the most comfortable fit. And here's the sports bra in Dusk. It fits the same as Sage and Coco, so it's just the leggings that I'm finding are fitting differently, but the top fits the same. So here's the strappy top and the shorts in Dusk. I don't think I've shown you guys what this top and the Dynamic shorts look like together yet. So when you wear this top with the Dynamic shorts, it doesn't look like a crop because Dynamic is so high-waisted, so it gives more of a bodysuit effect. I am finding that the Dusk shorts fit very similar to Sage and Coco, so it's only the leggings that have felt a little bit different, but everything else is fitting very consistently so far. Out of all the new Dynamic colors, I find that Dusk is the easiest to mix and match and create cute color combos with, so this is also why this is my second favorite color. This is Silver in the Impact collection. This is Lilac in the Impact collection. These two would be very cute together. This is Amethyst in the Defy collection. This is Dark Indigo in the Impact collection. This is Grape in the Impact collection. This is Steel in the Defy collection. This is Slate Gray, and this is Graphite in the Impact collection. And then in case you want to see what it looks like next to White Black, and then I like to throw Lunar Rock in there as well, just because Lunar Rock goes with everything. This is Midnight Black in the Defy collection. This is Lunar Rock, and this one is Ivory, both in the Impact collection. So here's what the strappy top looks like with the Defy leggings. So again, if you're wearing it with something that's not high-waisted, it will be more of a crop top, but you could definitely mix and match this top with the Defy collection as well. So here's the final color of this collection. This one is called Orchid. Usually I love the pinks that dfyne comes out with, but this is not my favorite shade of pink. I just find that this one's a little bit too dark, and it's kind of purple and pink at the same time. I find that this color isn't as easy to mix and match because it's a bit darker, so it's not as easy to create fun color combos with. A lot of the other athletes love this color and are really hyping it up, so it is a nice color. It's just not a personal favorite of mine. And you guys know, usually I'm all about the pinks, but this one is just not it for me. In terms of sizing, this color fits very consistently with the other colors in this collection, so I'll just give you guys a quick 360. So for the color comparisons, this is Light Rose Pink in the Impact collection. You could definitely wear these colors together. It just wouldn't be my first choice. I prefer the way that Light Rose Pink looks with Blossom or Bright Fuchsia. This is Coral in the Impact collection. This is Rosa Pink in the Dynamic collection. This is Bright Fuchsia in the Impact collection. This is Blush in the Laney collection. This is Blossom in the Impact collection. This is Flamingo Pink in the Ignite collection. This is Amethyst in the Defy collection, and this is Grape in the Impact collection. So here's the final fit for today's video. Now that I've tried on all the leggings, I find that Coco is the pair that fits inconsistently. So Orchid, Sage, and Dusk are all high-waisted. I find that Coco fit a little less high-waisted. It's not a huge difference, but that is just one thing that I noticed. So it could be because that one's a darker color. I didn't find that it necessarily fits tighter, but Coco just fit a little more or a little less high-waisted than the other three colors. So overall, 3 out of the 4 pieces in this new collection are a pass from me. I do really like the new strappy tops. I think it's a very cute, flattering design. I do hope we get to see some more colors of that one in the future, especially a white or a black. I think those would be staples. There's nothing wrong with the Dynamic collection. It is just not a personal favorite of mine, and I would rather wear Impact or Defy. Also, I did want to tell you guys that there are 2 brand new collections coming in August. I have not tried them. I've only seen pictures, but they look insane. Some of the girls that have tried these collections have said that they're better than Impact. I personally don't know how something could be better than Impact, but I am so excited to try the new stuff that is coming. So if I were you, I would skip this launch and save up for August because the new stuff looks insane. So you guys will just have to trust me on that one, but I am so excited for August. August is also my birthday month, so I just love August. It is my favorite month of the year, so I'm just very excited for what's coming. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you have any other questions, please DM me on Instagram or leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.